welcome back to my channel. My apologies for being slightly late here. Now, as you can see, my light is still broken, so we're still using these shitty lights. I've tried to make a small improvement here to my temporary setup. I think it looks a bit better, to be fair. I think it looks a bit better now. Like without this light, it looked way worse, didn't it? So, now I have this glorious light over here. It's not very bright, but, we make do. We make do with what we have. And this best that we have. Anyhow, let's just get started here. Right then, let me tie my hair up, by the way, because we need to go all in for this one. We're tying up the hair for this. You know it's serious when you're tying up the hair. So, how long have I been complaining about there's nothing to talk about? Quite a while. So today, I'll begin studying. Lo and behold, what do I see when I go to Twitter? It's a fuck ton of news. Well, that's a technical part, but it's a fuck ton of news. Nothing, yeah? Nothing. The day I begin studying, lo and behold, it is on this day that the gods have given us some football news, finally. So let's talk about it. Jack Grealish to Everton on loan is the first one. Now, I actually predicted this. I predicted this in my roundup stream. In fact, let me pull up that stream. Prove that I predicted it. Yeah, my own channel. Quickly go there. If YouTube would like to load up. I keep getting a bunch of God of War stuff. I watched a God of War video, and now I keep getting God of War stuff in my recommendation tab. It's this stream, yeah? I'm gonna have to get the clips out of me predicting stuff, because people keep disrespecting me. Not this one. Where is it? It's a transfer roundup stream that I did, where I predicted... Oh, here, this one. In this stream, I predicted that Jack Grealish should go out on a loan. And hey, I get predictions wrong. And when I get predictions wrong, I never talk about them. But when I get something right, you best believe you'll be hearing about me for a long while. And I got this one right. So Jack Grealish going on loan, I'm not a big fan of that at all. I want him to be sold. Going out on loan, I think he's got 1 year left on his contract. What the... I think he's got 1 year left on his contract, and then he's gone. Okay, so that's another player that we're paying the wages of forever. Now, if you don't know the exact deal with Grealish, basically they're asking whoever Grealish goes to pay his full wages. Now, if I need to explain why that's delusional, we'll be here for quite a while, but that is delusional. Don't take my word for it, by the way. Take Graham Bailey's word for it, for example. He's a very good and trustworthy, what's the name? Journalist. There you go, I can't think of the word. He's a very good journalist. And Graham Bailey said the exact same thing I'm saying now. He did it on a live show with Martin. Go check that out if for some reason you haven't. It's delusional to expect anyone to pay the full wages of Jack Grealish. Now maybe the idea is go ask for something way beyond realistic expectation, and then you can maybe negotiate a better deal, right? Like, it's the art of the deal. You ask for 10 million when you want 5 million, and then they'll say, let's meet in the middle, and they'll give you 7 million, right? It's the art of the deal. Maybe we're actually geniuses over it. But anyhow, Grealish on loan, I don't like that, but someone has to go. Someone has to go. I prefer permanently, not on loan. But if we have to loan one player out, that's fine. If it's one player out on loan, that's fine. But then some other players have to leave on a permanent basis, which is where the problems lie. Anyhow, yeah, my apologies for running late, by the way. Hello to both Rosa and Wim. Big up, how are you guys? As well as Chase, who's coming to already in a second. I am doing a show today, by the way, in a few hours. In an hour exactly from now, to be precise. In an hour from now, I will be doing a show. It's Michael. It's Beni Liga show. It's completely Dutch. Speak Dutch, watch the Belgian League or Eredivisie. Go check that out. But if you don't speak Dutch, I mean, get your AI translators out, I guess. Big up to Chase as well, by the way. How come that Liverpool and Chelsea get overinflated prices for their players? Better tactics when it comes to selling. Which, by the way, I'll get to that full comment in a second. But tactics when trading is important, and Man City is very good at flexing out financial muscle. They're very good at going up to teams, flexing out muscles, and saying, "Hey, we're gonna get this player. We've got the better recent history. We've got the better, at least than most clubs. We've got the better financial situation. We've got this. We're using our leverage. We like to use leverage. When we sell players, we don't really have leverage, do we? They're old. We desperately need them out. We have no real leverage. So what leverage do Chelsea have? What leverage do Liverpool have to get rid of these players? Two key reasons, yeah? One, they're a little bit younger. These players are a little bit younger. Two, they have less heavy contracts than Man City. So they have more leverage than we do. So for that reason, they do get better deals off than we do. Already on the surface level, not even thinking about the tactics too much, just because they've got more leverage. Now, the fact that they've got more leverage shows how badly we do our business. In the summer of 2024, I made a few videos where I was looking for a Bernardo Silva replacement, and I said in the summer of 2024, next season, Bernardo Silva will be washed. Now is the last year we can get money out of him. And of course, everyone tells you, oh, he won't be washed, you're delusional. And then he's washed, everyone wants him out. But now it's too late. This is the thing. You wait too long to move on players. Once a player hits 30, they should either be really fucking good, or you're getting no money for them. It's that simple sometimes, especially when they're on big contracts. Meanwhile, if you had sold Bernardo in the summer of 2024, we would have not had this problem anymore. So one part is because we hold on to players for too long, which is like I don't blame the club too much for this, right? I don't blame the club too much for this because we are a new big club, if you get what I'm saying. We have been a big club for how long now? 2020, maybe? 2021? Debatable. But we are new to being a big club, right? That's the point. So I don't blame us for making a few mistakes. What I do blame us for is not learning from those mistakes, which I'll get to in a moment with KOVACIC. Right now, we have leverage when trying to sell KOVACIC. If we wait another year, KOVACIC will grow a year older, he might get injuries, he might get worse, and you lose that leverage. We wait too long to move on players, which is what big clubs do so well. When you look at Real Madrid, they knew the exact moment to move on Casemiro. They knew the exact moment to move on, what's his name, Benzema. Move on Ronaldo. They are able to pick the correct moments and move on. That's crucial. But when you wait too long to move on from a player, you get no money for them. And lastly, we're too greedy. We are too greedy. We are asking for more than 3 million for a washed up, overpaid, terrible shot stopper Ederson. You can think I'm harsh as much as you want. It's a fact. Nobody wants to pay more than 3 million. The highest bid we have received for Ederson is 3 million. When he's open in the market. That tells you how highly he is valued. When we are unwilling to negotiate, to take a loss where we've made bad business. We're not gonna move on players that maybe we should. Now, sure, you can argue with me, we shouldn't move on Ederson. Sure, I'm fine to have that argument. But if someone comes to me and tells me we should not move on Ederson, we should not move on Gundogan, we should not move on Bernardo Silva, we should not move on Akanji, we should not move on... You get the point. I'm not gonna go all day, but you get the point. We have too many players that are washed, that are on big salaries, that we have no leverage to deal, that we wait too long to trade, and we don't even want to accept a loss. So when you get all those small things together, it creates a pretty big pile, which is the difference between Liverpool and Chelsea selling their players at inflated prices, as you call them. I call it a good business. And Man City accepting loans. Why do we accept loans? We've got no leverage and we can't get them out, and we're panicking at the end of the window. Because we're at the end of the window now, by the way. The last month is pretty much the end of the window already. Because at this point, pretty much every team has gotten their signings. Any signing that happens from now on is opportunistic. So things move slower in August than they do in July. So I guess the way you should see it, right? Or at least the way I see it. I'm not going to tell you what you should think, but the way I see it is August is about half the business length that July is in terms of transfers in football, because most stuff is done in July. We're at the back end of this transfer window. Still got a lot of players to get rid of. Big up to Liam, big up, how are you? Hope you're doing well as well. And big up to Rosal, thank you for asking how I am. Same with Liam, I'm doing great, thank you for asking. Making Grealish one of your highest earners, and he was not even worth £100 million to start off with, is the reason why you struggle to get rid of washed players. Yeah, to very much so boil it down, yeah. Anderlecht 2-0, goals of Dolberg and Nielsen. But United Sortea is a Brazilian DM to replace. I mean, we're already looking for another replacement. I don't know this guy. Not going to pretend that I know how good he is, but we're already looking at another Rodri replacement. Pep Guardiola told us in February, March, I can't remember, somewhere in that area, he's baby Rodri. He said that about Gonzalez. So that's again bad business. And you can have bad business once in a while, but when it's all the time... Oh dear. And then to Michael's channel, yes. Feyenoord 2-1 Fenerbahce. Oh, there you go. Jose Mourinho, he's not that special anymore. Sell Savio and McAtee to Tottenham, since they are interested in them. I've also seen Tottenham might be interested in Grealish, and listen, I don't mind selling Savio. I don't mind. McAtee, I think he'll go to Germany. I think he'll probably go to Germany somewhere for a decent fee. Savio, I don't mind selling him, but I don't think we have to sell him. Bayern München. What about them? Fine, mate. How are you? I'm doing great. Thank you for asking. Sal McAtee. I know that was too high. I'm joking. Sal McAtee and Savio to Club Brugge. Club Brugge will go bankrupt within 2 months after trying to pay those wages. Club Brugge cannot pay those wages, bro. You have taken the 3 million and you should have taken the 3 million and ran. I completely agree. 3 million is way more than I would have. Bro, I would have sold him for 1 million. I'm not even taking the piss yet. I would have sold him for 1 million. Goalkeepers earn less money to begin with. You have to accept that. You have no leverage to deal with. He's the worst goalkeeper statistically in the Club World Cup, which says a lot. He's not interested in Man City anymore. He's on ridiculous salaries. He's on not homegrown. We got a new goalkeeper. I mean, there's so many things here that just, they all culminate. And people sometimes try to look at one thing or another thing, but you have to look at everything. You have to look at everything. Not just not homegrown or not just he plays like this, but everything. And when you look at everything, I think 3 million is a steal. I think it's an absolute steal on our part to get 3 million for him. I would accept 1 million. That is the honest truth. But we're too greedy. We are too greedy in this window where we have no rights to be greedy because we've got absolutely no leverage. It's overplaying your hand. It's in poker when you've got 2 7s and you go all in. I mean, sometimes you'll win, but you probably won't with 2 7s. If someone else is confident enough to go all in, that is. Good, if that would have made sense if you understand poker. If you don't play poker, I guess it doesn't make sense. Good, thanks. All day time tomorrow. Oh, big up to Liam, going on holiday. Yeah, let's talk about Man City for a bit before we talk about Man United. Right, so we're selling loaning Max Allain, another guy of our academy, to Watford. And I don't mind the way we use the academy. It's like our money cow, right? Max Allain, you go on loan here and then we sell you. What I do mind is we still have a homegrown problem. And let me explain that homegrown problem by bringing this up. So, Gundogan, staying. KOVACIC, staying. Bernardo Silva is staying. What's his name? Ederson is staying. Akanji staying. You have too many. You have too many not homegrowns. Let me show you quickly. You are allowed to have 17 not homegrown players. 17 is the maximum. You don't need to worry about Champions League. We're fine in Champions League. We've got the necessary amount of homegrowns for Champions League. No worries. The worry here is Premier League. I'm assuming that Nipan and Victor Hayes, go out on loan. ECHEVERRI as well. I'm not sure why he was over here. I'm assuming Grealish goes out on loan. I'm assuming Phillips goes out on loan. I'm assuming we sell both McAtee and Ortega. If we do all of this, we still have too many players. You're allowed to have 25 players in a Premier League squad. Here we have 26. You're allowed 17 non-homegrowns. Here we have 18. 7 on the bench, 11 in the starting 11. I guess I should stop this. Foden should be in the starting 11. Very cool. That's better. So, here we have 8 non-homegrowns on the bench, 10 in the starting 11. Foden in the bench. That really doesn't matter, does it? KOVACIC is saying, we get offers from Saudi clubs. Clubs who will actually buy our fucking players and pay them the wages Say wants to move on. Nah, we're keeping him. So who leaves? One of the players still on the pitch has to leave. Ake, O'Reilly, Stones, Trafford, Bettinelli, Lewis, Bob, and that is it. All of them are off bounds. None of them will fix your homegrown problem. So who leaves? Akan or Husanov can leave on loan. Akanji can be sold. Kovacic and Gundogan are confirmed to stay. Silva is captain. He's pretty much confirmed to stay. Gonzalez, Doku and Savio. I'm sorry, I don't understand this rebuild. Listen, I will be happy if Akanji leaves. Truly, if Akanji leaves, I'm happy. But now we have 2 centre backs on the bench. One of them is injury prone. I mean, do I need to spell it out? Like, come on, guys. Do I need to spell this out? This is ridiculous squad building. This is ridiculous squad building. Why do we have... let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 midfielders on the bench. And 2 centre backs on the bench. Like, that is not squad building. Okay, so does Gonzalez leave? I mean, sure, you don't rate Gonzalez. Feel free to jog him on. But buy someone else. Not fucking Kovacic. This is my problem with these deals, yeah? Okay, you want to keep Kovacic? Fine. You're going Gundogan. But no, you're keeping Kovacic. You're keeping Gundogan. You're keeping Silva. You're keeping Akanji. You're keeping all of them. You can't have everything you want. Like, you can't have your cake and eat it too, right? There are rules that must be followed. If we don't have the proper Premier League squad, we literally will not be able to pay the players who are on our payroll. If you have too many non-homegrown players, you will not be able to register them. We've got one player right now in this bunch. Again, we're assuming that ECHEVERRI, Nipan, Hayes are out on loan. Pretty much confirmed. And we're assuming that Ortega gets sold. We're still gonna have a not homegrown player here. Cannot be registered. That is not squad building. That is not a rebuild. Like, I'm sorry, where is the rebuild? Where is the rebuild? I don't see the rebuild. Like, I'm sorry. Every time I talk about this news here, I get more negative. Because I don't see a rebuild. I don't see it. A rebuild is not wait until everyone's contract expires, have a shit season, and then bring in the new guys. That's not a rebuild. That's a fucking wasted year. We're wasting a year. We're not rebuilding, we're wasting a year. Is that what we're doing? Sesko to Man United. Here we go. At least we can laugh at Man United. Sesko is fucking shit. They have spent £210 million on new forwards. They only bought one good player. It was Mbeumo. The only good one they've bought. Cunha, hella overrated. Sesko. He's good, to be honest, Sesko. But it's not Premier League good. He's good in Bundesliga, where he gets to run in behind. But in Premier League, it's way more structured, and he's not good in that type of football. What Premier League club will Messi be loaned to? I don't know. ECHEVERRI could be leaving to Roma. Which I'll get. In fact, let's just go there right now. Sorry, that's Paqueta. There you go. So, ECHEVERRI is currently... Where is this? Oh, here it is. ECHEVERRI is currently wanting to go to Roma. ECHEVERRI wants to go to Roma. This is important. Man City want ECHEVERRI to go to Girona. ECHEVERRI wants Roma. So what we're dealing with here is a player who has realized this club does not respect my talents, I should leave. So what's gonna happen? Either ECHEVERRI is gonna play football whenever he comes back from loan, or he's gonna fuck off. That's the two options here. Play football or leave. Because the player wants to go. So ECHEVERRI, don't be surprised if he leaves. Really, again, where's the rebuild? Where's the rebuild, guys? What is a rebuild? You know to Matt Walsh me. What is a woman? What is a rebuild? What is a rebuild, guys? And a banger of Angulo. He only scores bangers. A big up to Liam. Enjoy your holiday. Bayern München 4-0 Tottenham in a pre-season friendly. I don't want a Chelsea squad though. Chelsea squad is ridiculous, but I mean, if you're gonna have 2 centre backs on the bench, you're fucked. Especially if one of them is injury prone. Teal, every club can only register 25 players. Any players actually, yes. This. Arsenal realizing that they can't play Harambal with Gyökeres anymore. And they can try. Any right back news? No. We are at the 7th of August. big old 7th of August, guys. And Man City, still no rights back news. In fact, there is no more incoming news. Man City will not buy anyone else. That's been pretty much confirmed. The only way Man City buys someone is an unexpected opportunity to arise. And what does that mean, right? So, take Julian Alvarez. Julian Alvarez, nobody was expecting him to leave. At the end of the transfer window, Julian Alvarez said he wanted to leave. Man City went and bought him. That's an unexpected opportunity. We're not going to sign any big name players. Only unexpected opportunities. I mean, I guess that can be a big name player. So let's say Upamecano decides he wants to leave Bayern München 2 weeks before the transfer window ends. Maybe we can go do that. But if no opportunities like that come up, we're not gonna get anyone. So most likely, we won't get anyone else. Pep Guardiola is happy with the squad as it is. That's the key message, basically. Pep is happy. Pep is happy. Pep does not want a right back. Yeah. This is important. This is important. That's why I only want 25 players at most. But I do want to fill out that full 25 player squad. I could allow to have 25 players. So I want 25 players. Omar El Halili, potential right back. I mean, again, another guy I've not heard of. Is he good? Maybe. But I've never heard of this guy. Where does he play? Espanyol. Okay. In fact, I've seen this guy, haven't I? I've watched him last season. I believe I've watched a few games of his. I have watched this guy. Okay, but I can't remember him, so he mustn't have been very good. If I can't remember him. Because I did do some watch-alongs to Espanyol games. But yeah, no right back news, unfortunately. Adriano Bertaccini is come on for Anderlecht, bro. Bro, Bertaccini and Anderlecht in the same sentence makes me fucking puke, bro. Man City. Hey, Man City. How about this? Guys, I've got an idea. I have a plan. I have a dream. Not this. Not this either. Where the fuck is it? There you go. Tottenham want Savio. Oh, you want Savio? You know who I want? I want my baller. Adriano Bertaccini, bro. I've got a dream. I have a dream, guys. What are we saying? One winged out? Star boy in. I tell you, this guy is gonna be... He's gonna cook for Belgium. He's gonna be at the World Cup. I'm sure of it. Unless he gets injured. And he's gonna fucking cook. He's gonna fucking cook in the World Cup. Get this guy. I've seen this guy. I've seen his entire pro career. One season. One season and a bit. Sign him. This guy is different. Composure. Savio can't say the same. Assists, he's got it in his arsenal. Overall game, rapid, big game player, bro, he's all of it. I'll see start when I see this guy play. I'll see a start when I see this guy play. Not as much. So, I have a dream. I have a dream. Savio, Tottenham, Bertaccini, Man City. But most likely won't happen. Neither of these deals are probably won't happen. I guess both of these deals won't happen. But, I mean, it would make sense. If Savio leaves, now you fix that squad problem. You've got your correct homegrowns and squad players here. So 14 players on the bench, 11 in starting 11. It's 25 players out of a maximum 25. 10 not homegrowns on the starting 11. 7 on the bench. 17 not homegrowns, which is your maximum allowed. Savio leaving, it does make sense. It does make sense. Actually, how old is Savio? Does he count as... I think he does, right? Savio. If I can type. Savio. Yeah, he's 21, so he does count as not homegrown. So it does make sense, but it probably won't happen. But the real question then is, who is it? Who is gonna leave? Because someone has to. Is it gonna be a Kanji? Graham Bailey, but that is some food for thought. Graham Bailey said that Gundogan may still leave. Now, he said may. He said he's not sure, but he said Gundogan may still leave on Martin's channel. Which is interesting, because Gundogan has been written off as sure to stay. Maybe Kovacic staying is trying to force out Gundogan. I'm not sure, but still, Gundogan is on 300,000 a week. Kovacic is on less. Kovacic is probably better, is younger, has more years in him. You could probably sell Kovacic easier. But, I mean, if you can sell Gundogan, that helps, I suppose. But we have to sell him. And currently, the news is we're not gonna sell him. So, we're not making any moves here at the moment. So, unless Savio leaves, which I, again, to reiterate, doubt, we still have a squad problem. So basically, I've been talking to you guys for 40 minutes now about the same squad problems I've been talking to you guys about mid-June. Sorry, mid-May. I'm talking to you about the same squad problems now as I was talking about in mid-May. Beautiful business, guys. 10 out of 10 transfer window. Here's a problem. None of these players are under 21. The youngest player here is Bob. And he's 21. Viana can't do anything if Pep blocks moves. Yes, which is what I mean, again, I'm coming back to Graham Bailey constantly, but did a full show with Martin, which I do think is worth checking out. Graham Bailey said Viana can't do what he wants all the time. Viana has to listen with Pep a bit. Pep has to hold, not really hold his hand, but like sit together with Viana and help him out. So when Pep says something is not happening, Viana can do what he likes. When Pep says it's not happening, it is not happening. That is not a healthy club structure, by the way. The director of football, or the sports director, or whatever you call it, director should be above the manager. In Man City, the manager is above the director. Now, I don't care how good you think the manager is. That is not a healthy football club structure. It's been proven over and over and over that that is an unhealthy structure. That is a structure that we at Man City currently have. It's not a good thing. And no matter how good you think Pep is, that's not a good thing. It really isn't. Premier League. Oh, what is this link? Go to site. Yes. Updated the Premier League squad list. Oh, it's just a list of. It's the rules. It's the rules you're trying to put in here. Yeah, I do know the rules, but for anyone who doesn't know the rules, it's honestly important to check this out if you don't know the rules. Didn't you ask that question already? No right back news. Please don't spam. My apologies if it takes me a while to get to messages. I have to go through an entire chat. Check out the link. Clubs registered. Yeah, but we don't have any under 21s. How on earth is McAtee still here? Well. Do you guys want me to talk about McAtee again? I'll talk about this guy all the time. It must be obsessive at this point. Call it obsessive schizophrenia. Let's open paint.net. Let's talk about this guy for the 1 millionth time. There you go. So you sell cards, right? You sell cards. This is a card. It looks terrible, but this is your card. There you go. Beautiful. This is your card. You sell this card. You tell someone 25k. There you go. Beautiful writing, guys. Beautiful writing. You tell someone 25k. Okay, someone bids 25k. Now you say 35k. After you tell them 25k and they bid 25k, you tell them 35k actually. And now they say fuck you. That's what they do, they say fuck you. Because you told them you would accept 25k, they gave you 25k and you said you want 35k. So that's what's happened with McAtee. That's what happened with McAtee. 25 million became 35 million, which then became 40 million. Like, again, people need to understand this, yeah? This is literally one step away from fraud. We are one step away from fraud. If people don't see why this is a bad thing, don't know how to explain it to you. The only reason that this is not fraud is because it wasn't put on fucking paper. That is the only reason it's not fraud. Because no pen was put to paper. Guys, you can't do this in any form of business. Football is not special. You say 25k, they offer you 25k, then you say 35k, and they tell you to fuck off. I mean, if you don't understand that, I really don't know how to explain it to you. But people will still try to defend the entire McAtee business. Majority of clubs do not register a full 25-man squad, which I think is ridiculous. I think you should. I've still got an hour. Don't worry. Still got an hour. What is a Manchester? Oh, both Manchester clubs are a joke right now, aren't they? City rejected Roma. Yeah, sure. But, what's that mean? What does that mean, though? City rejected Roma. And then Roma is gonna come again and say, hey, we're gonna raise our bid. Or some other club is gonna come in for ECHEVERRI. If ECHEVERRI wants to leave, and he does, ECHEVERRI wants Roma, and City wants him to go to Girona. ECHEVERRI doesn't want to do what the club wants him to do. We're fucked. We're fucked, either way. Gustinov better play against Palermo. I agree. I want to see Gustinov together with Guardiola. We've never seen that before. Besiktas 4-0 against who? Bertolini to Man City. There you go. My agenda is back. Oh. Vermont is no Haaland. Let's not get silly here. Who are these clubs playing against? Who is AZ winning 3-0 against? Yeah, I know he was PSV player, but he's not been good enough for Man City yet, has he? Now, I don't mind too much, by the way, that he's not been that great, because it's his third season. Sure, give him a second share. But we've got Doku still here, who we've given a third share at this point. At some point, you gotta say, hey, you're not good enough, jog on. Savio, sure, give him a second share, sure. But with Doku, we've already done that, and we're not fucking him off yet. I think he's been very underwhelming. So, can't keep saying give them a second share. Give them a 20th share, maybe until the retiring season, till prove their worth. I think Pep leaves next season with his dinosaur. As long as the dinosaurs leave. Chino Huerta is come on for Anderlecht. They signed up all the ballers, bro. Big up to AK as well, how are you? So your club registered like 64 under 21s last season. What? You're talking about something else. You're talking about something else now. Let me show this, yeah? This is our first team squad. None of these players can be registered with the under 21s. None of these players can be registered. Ait Nouri, Guardiola, Diaz, Nunez, Reinders, Rodri, Marmoush, Foden, Sherky, Haaland, and Ederson. All of them are older than 21. O'Reilly. Either O'Reilly or Bob is the youngest player here. They're both 21 or older. Ake, Gustinov, Stones, Akanji, Treffers, Bettinelli, Gundogan, Kovacic, Lewis, Gonzalez, Doku, Savio. None of these players can be registered as under 21s. So, we still have a player too much. We still have 26 players here. we need to have 25. So we still have the same problem. The first team squad and list for under 21. No, you're not listening. You're not listening, Liverpool. It doesn't matter how many we registered at under 21. This is our first team squad. Our first team squad, you are only allowed to have 25 players. You are only allowed 25 players in your first team. All of these players are 21 and older. We cannot register these players at the under 21 squad. We cannot register them at under 21 because they're older than 21. So that's a moot point. We can register as much as we want under 21. None of these guys will be there. We've got 26 players over the age of 21. You're only allowed to have 25. Did I jump in during a PIF money laundering segment? Yeah, about Man City money laundering. But been thinking about it. At least we can force Girona to start ECHEVERRI and Race every game. We can't dictate their playing time at any other club. Yeah, but if the players want to leave, what can we do? If the player just rejects Girona, what can we do? Michael is gonna send you the message out. I know. Michael, the stream with Michael is in like 30 minutes. Calm down. That's in 30 minutes from now. I know you're only allowed 25 first team players. Open the link and you will see. Yeah, I know that. I know that. But I'm not arguing this. I'm not arguing this. I agree with this. But we have 26 players. Which means we already have a problem. So I agree with this, but that's not what I'm arguing. I'm arguing we have 26 players, we need to get rid of at least one. So, yeah, I get what you mean, but it's a bit moot, I would say. And having a few extra players there, even if you can't take them to the game, that does give you some cup players or some injury cases where you get someone to fill the bench. Which for Man City has not always been the case, unfortunately. Anderlecht 3-0, Versaren. Bertolini comes on, gets an assist. What do I say, guys? I'll see his debut, I'll tell people he's the best player in the Belgian League. Or you don't know football. But 1 year later, he's the best player in the Belgian League. Guys, listen to me. When I see a baller, I see a baller, guys. I said Juma Ba is a baller on his fucking Follow the League's debut. I did a watch long for it. I don't know ball, bro. But now, everyone's sucking his dick. So, let's see, do I know ball yet? Ignored all the predictions I got wrong. And I get something right, I get something damn right. I fucking hate that he plays for Anderlecht. I fucking hate that. City only registered 21 30. Oh, yeah. I do know. Yeah. But this is for 25-26. This is next. So, yeah, you're correct on that. But so what the point is. This is for next season. I think Utrecht 3-1 right now. Anyhow, we still have some news to talk about that I haven't talked about, and then we'll round up. Let's close the rest here. So, reports in Brazil are once again linking Man City with West Ham. Man City with Lucas Paqueta from West Ham. I'm gonna be very honest. Listen, I'm gonna be very honest, guys. We're not gonna get Lucas Paqueta. I don't know. This is a fan thing, for sure. This is just fans being fans, right? The only way we get Lucas Paqueta is if both Doku and Savio leave. I don't mind. In fact, I would rejoice. I would rejoice at such a thing happening. Is it gonna happen? I mean, Savio's being linked away. Is he gonna leave? That's very doubtful. I would love Paqueta. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I would love Paqueta. He's not coming. Let's be honest. He's not. Let's see it from Spartacus, a Brazilian. Yeah, I'm from Brazil. This is BS. There you go. There you go. Brazilian G's. They are always the goats here. I mean, Brazilians, if you want to know ball, talk with a Brazilian. Brazilians, like, they own the sport, right? It's like their sport. 5 World Cups, get with that. They own the sport. So if you want to know ball, ask a Brazilian. And a Brazilian has informed us that this is BS. Which, I mean, let's add Paqueta. Let's add Paqueta, guys, shall we? Paqueta. There you go. So this says if Grealish leaves, we get Paqueta, right? Let's do this mental experiment here. Just a thought experiment. So now we've got 19 not homegrown players. We need to get rid of 2. And Selva is saying, Gundogan is saying, Kovacic is saying. So either you need to get rid of you need to get rid of both of these guys, or these 2, or Akanji and Savio, but now you've only got 2 centre backs. Yeah. No. I'll tell you right now, I've heard from 3 different sources that Savio has already agreed to his new signing. It happened back in January. He is not leaving. There you go. There you go. Guys, you want to have ball knowledge? Listen to the Brazilian G. Brazilian G. Who used to own this channel, by the way. It used to be Brazilians. Back in the day, I actually had a few Senegalese people in here. Then the Brazilians used to own my channel. And then for some reason, for a short while, it was, there were a few people in here. From where were they? I think we had a few, I can't remember it. We had a few people from, like, Asia, but I can't remember the country. But, yeah, Brazilians own my channel, own football. They tell you straight, so yeah. Doku has no links to leaving, so Gonzalez and Akanji would have to leave for this to happen. That's not happening. That is just categorically nearly impossible. Nearly impossible. So that's not happening. Anyhow, we will leave it there. Because I still have to do a show with Michael, which is where I'll redirect to now. So let me put Alfred in. Oh, South Africa. It's not Asian, it's African. I have a few people of South Africa now. South Africa owns this channel now. It used to be Brazil. Now it's South Africa. Before Brazil, it used to be Senegal. I guess Africa owns this channel. Africans be owning this shit. Anyhow, I'll leave it there. Alfred, guys, because we are going to Michael's channel, where I'll be doing a show with Michael. Oh, let me read this last comment. Last comment here. Oh, sorry. One is the guy who sells horses to Savio. The other 2 high-ranking people in Elite, Mineiro and Santos. There you go. He's got his sources. Anyhow, let's leave it there. Alfred, guys. By the way, sells horses to Savio. Is Savio out there doing or whatever it's called? Oh, there. Anyhow, we'll leave it there for real now. I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.